Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Oh, of course, welcome to the channel if you are new here. I am Sonny and...
I'm Kat.
Yeah, or well, Kat and Sonny, and we are watching The Last of Us Season 2. It's been a little while, both with The Last of Us, of course. The first season came out a couple of years ago, and then we have been taking a break from reactions in general. You're not part of that many reactions anymore because busy life, PhD, and having a kid, and just, yeah, I get life in general happens. So like we are just trying to catch up on a bunch of things at the moment. I'm not quite sure when these are coming out on YouTube. I'm fairly certain that I'm going to be able to put them out while the season is still going, but we are behind again with this one and so many other things. So trying our best to catch up, trying our best to revive the channel a little bit. So we're gonna do some things together once in a while, not that many series necessarily, maybe a movie here and there. We've talked about it, but it's not set in stone or anything. And I'm doing a bunch of things by myself, and then a few things here and there with Major Dad still. So that all made no sense to you if you are new again to the channel. So if you are, thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome. We of course did reaction to the first season. We even did a playthrough of part 2 on the channel. So like if you go into the playlists and you can find The Last of Us part 2 there and watch us play through the game as well.
And also I think in the end we had a huge discussion or kind of review part and talking about what we liked and what we didn't like and everything. So if you want our opinion on the game,
yeah.
Spoiler alert, we liked it a whole lot. So we can watch it there. It's like its full extent.
Yes, full playthroughs, all of that. Yeah, because this, like, you mentioned that we did like it. A lot of people also didn't, and it was kind of, I don't know.
It was inflammatory at best. So,
I don't want to say maybe controversial, but maybe.
I have opinions. Let's talk about it afterwards.
Let's talk about it afterwards. We're just curious to see how they're going to adapt that story. I don't think they're going to veer off too much of like the big story points, but it's just how are they going to tell the story? Because they did it in a certain way in the game that also I think contributed to why some people didn't like it. Yeah. Yes. So if they switch it up here, do it in a different way, and I think we're going to find out pretty quickly if they're doing what I think they might be doing in the first episode. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. All the talking done about, like, we could talk more. We're going to do that afterwards. Do you have anything you want to say before?
This episode is called Future Days, and I clocked it right away. It's a Pearl Jam song.
Of course it is.
If you don't know, because you either knew or forgot, I am a major, huge, insanely huge Pearl Jam fan, or at least I was when I was 14, and it's like still such a huge part of me. But I just wanted to say that I clocked it, and I even before I saw the title of this episode, with the makeup, I was like, okay, I want to go for something grunge to kind of like fit the tone, and constantly I had like Pearl Jam in the back of my mind. It was like, maybe not, and well, here it is.
Future Days. Because, Neil Druckmann is also a huge Pearl Jam fan, so that just makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
And the second thing, there's also a lot of political things around Neil Druckmann that we're not going to go into.
No.
But just so you know, we very much against genocide.
Just
any kind of genocide.
Any kind of genocide in general, we are against. Sorry, I can kind of see like the audio was going up into the red when I was I'm a bit loud sometimes, I guess, or loud voice. Yeah, sorry if that hurt your ears. All right, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. Like the video, throw in a comment. It really helps out when you do that. And we have a Patreon. We have YouTube memberships. You can support us there. You can watch uncuts and also early reactions to pretty much everything that we're doing. I don't know if it's going to be the case with The Last of Us again because it's like ongoing, but it goes for pretty much everything else that we're watching at the moment. Like Aaaaaand season 2 is there up there at the like with the both of us, so you can watch that. Okay, plenty of talking here to begin with. Let's get into the first episode of season 2 of The Last of Us: Future Days. Here we go.
Oh, this close. This close.
Yep. Swear to me that everything you said about the fireflies is true.
Okay.
I swear.
Okay.
Okay.
So far, pretty similar to the game. I think they started it like this as well, like right like at the last scene from part 1 or season 1. But where are they?
Hi. I think I know what this is.
Giraffe. Music. Oh, do you think they're actually gonna start with?
Oh, that's what I meant.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought that they might. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There she is.
Abby.
Yeah. Voiced by Laura Bailey, right? In the
Yeah, that was Laura. Yeah.
I heard rumors about some kid he took that was supposedly.
That wasn't true.
Okay, so they're just getting into that immediately. Okay.
So what do? Do we look for other fireflies?
Where? This place was the Fireflies.
Dad has a brother who runs an
Yeah.
outfit in Seattle. A guy named Isaac. Supposedly he'd take us all in.
Isaac. Ooh.
We're finding him. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
But Abby looks different.
Oh yeah, they went with the
Yeah.
not buff version.
6 foot tall, scar on his right temple. Oh yeah, they said he's handsome. I forgot. With a 3-day jump on us, we should have gone right after him.
Well, it is Petro, so.
Yeah, he is.
He'll help me find him.
Yes. We'll help you find him. We'll help you kill him.
And I also just quickly want to say, like, we're going to also do our best not to, of course, spoil anything from the game. But it's impossible for us to not make comparisons here and there. In our discussion, we're going to try to separate it in a way where we talk about the episode first by itself and then compare it afterwards. But we might slip up here and there. It's just a forewarning.
Okay, so this is
Slowly.
What?
What, killing him slowly?
When we kill him,
yeah.
Yeah.
we kill him slowly.
Damn, Abby. And then into the intro. Okay. 5 years later.
She had a tattoo over it?
What the frick? What are we doing? This seems really serious. Ellie, what have you gotten yourself into?
Is it gonna be like a tap out thing? Or
I don't know, I'm thinking that... Yeah, tab out. Okay,
yes,
yeah.
it was just training.
Okay, Ellie.
Hey.
Was it Jason or Justin or
Neither,
Jonathan?
I think.
Stop.
Sorry,
Jonas?
I can obviously take a punch, so who cares? Fucking hard, by the way.
I pulled it.
You pulled it?
Yeah, he pulled it. Otherwise, he would have knocked you out. And I don't want to have to explain that to Joel.
Yeah.
Don't do that again.
Jackson. Ooh.
Well, that's fucked.
Well, that's fucked. There he is.
Hey.
Hey, kiddo. Something go wrong out there?
Well, the main lines are clay.
Oh, not that kiddo.
It's Dina, right?
Oh, yeah, Dina. Dina? Dina.
Dina. I'm not gonna say Dina.
No, I think they all also pronouncing it as Dina.
Before you mess with circuits, you gotta check if the wires are live, so how do you do that?
I lick them.
Definitely don't lick them.
Why is she angry at you?
She said she was angry?
No, but
She is.
No one likes their parents at that age. I never got there with my own kids, so we're both just figuring it out for the first time is all. We'll get through it.
Sarah.
so this
It still hurts.
Yeah.
I can't hold myself responsible for another person's emotional state.
Are you in fucking therapy?
Those are some fancy words.
Dina, don't tell anyone I'm in therapy.
She's gonna.
I was about to say, is it like the first thing she's gonna say to like basically everyone? Or
That's right. Jesse.
Jesse.
Yes, that's his name, right? So it was something with a J.
Yeah. That, oh.
Yuck. Well, at least it's not eating humans. Headshot.
All right, you want to take your time with this one. It's further away, some more drop. He's going uphill, so you got to compensate.
I really enjoyed doing this in the game, actually. With the practicing with the sniper rifle at long distance. But I love using
But it's a good
sniper rifles in games.
like tutorial, right?
Yeah.
Tutorial sequence thing.
Yeah.
Actually, taking you off patrols for a bit. Putting you on gate watch.
Gate watch? What? Why?
Oh, because it's an important job.
It's standing on a fucking fence.
It's a very important fence. Oh, don't put it on Joel.
And by the way, you know I'm the one we should be least worried about when it comes to infected.
Hey, no, we don't talk about that.
I got bit, everybody!
Hey.
I got bit!
Hey!
I'm immune!
Whoa, hey!
Woo!
Jesus.
You're not behaving like an adult right now, Ellie. Behaving like a freaking teenager.
Well, if we're the same person, you know you're not winning this.
A child, almost. Just tone it back a little bit.
Alpine Run leaves at 1300.
And she got what she wanted.
With the manpower that we have, I don't see any of this getting done until summer.
This window isn't keeping the cold out anymore.
Yeah, caulk.
What did you just call me?
Or the new,
We need to build faster.
Sure, how much faster? See, we got this, dial called the constructometer.
Joel.
The more you turn it, the faster we go.
Constructometer.
Okay, we're looking at maps. See? This is where we live.
Oh, wait, shit.
What's that?
Tommy's a father? In this? Is he? He's not a father in the games, I'm pretty damn sure.
But we saw her in the first season, right?
Yeah, we saw
them.
her. But I think in the games she's actually like just pregnant.
Oh.
I think, or something like that. I'm pretty sure they don't have a child in the game, so this is new.
I miss you, boy.
Hey.
What y'all up to?
But more potential heartbreak. Great.
At least higher stakes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for Tommy, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Anything to drink?
What do you have?
Whiskey? Herbal tea? But the tea's mostly thistles and dirt.
What's that actor's name? Catherine something?
Shaken stems. What am I, in high school?
It's winter, Gail.
Paying her with weed? Okay.
I was just about to say that's a different kind of tea.
Didn't know psychiatrists were allowed to drink in these things.
Psychotherapist. Psychiatrists are the pill ones. Let's try something different.
Like what?
Oh, like not pretending you have the most boring problem in the world. You're lying to me, and it's exhausting. Yes, you are, Joel. I've done this long enough to know when somebody is leaving something out, and you are definitely leaving something out.
Yeah, again, complicated. Can't talk about it. Should talk about it with Ellie.
You shot and killed my husband.
Huh?
You killed Eugene. I hate you for it. And yes, I know you had no choice. I know that. I know I should forgive you.
Okay, so what happened to Eugene? Did he get bit or something?
There it is. I've said it. I'm ashamed, but it's in the
I
air.
honestly don't.
And I can't take it back. Your turn. Say the thing you're afraid to say.
He's not gonna.
I can help you. Say it out loud, no matter what it is, no matter how bad. I promise I will help.
Indeed.
Did you do something to her? Did you hurt her? Then what?
I saved her.
I saved her.
Damn, okay. I don't remember the whole Eugene thing. Is that if that's from the games, or it's not something that happened in the first season? So, but
Because it happened a year ago.
Ah, okay, yeah. Well then, yeah, we're probably gonna find out. Oh. Oh. Doesn't look like she's really practicing a lot necessarily.
Coming. Ooh, where'd you get the holster? Dominique. Traded some old boots for it. Huh. Should've kept the boots.
We got reports of strays, so be careful when you get into the town. Now, I see Ellie over here looking like Curtis and Viper.
The fuck?
The fuck? Again?
Anything worse, you come on back and we send out a squad. Understood?
You know you're only like 4 years older than us, right?
So what?
Your patrol leader is Kat, so you will follow her orders. When you're back, today's all clear sign is yellow. Yellow good, green bad.
Huh. I would.
Take things a little more seriously.
I think I would just stay in town. No need to go on patrol.
So you going tonight?
Yes, I'm going.
Taking anyone? Kat's available.
Why would I ask Kat?
Because she's the other one.
Oh my god.
What?
The other one.
Yeah. Wow.
There are two of you. That's it. That's fresh.
Let's go.
Don't. Then she gets excited.
We're on.
Wait! We should go back and report it.
Recon, Kat! Let's fucking recon!
Wait, guys.
Listen to Kat. It's very important to listen to your cat. Mm-hmm. Whoa. What? Oh, and it's a supermarket, of course. It's always
Always.
a supermarket.
Yeah, looks like at least one of them made it back in.
Maybe needed a nap after chomping that poor thing.
Yeah.
Hey. What do you call Grizzly's ribs? Barbecue.
No.
Oh.
Did you just make that up?
So you think Hungry Boy's still alive in there?
Fucking hope so.
Okay. Oh.
Guys.
Listen quick, see if any are in there. Which is definitely recon. And, you know, maybe there's a regular person who's trapped and needs help.
Yeah, what if there's a family in there?
Why are you guys so excited about this? Like, it's potential death.
Fine. If you hear anything, you come right back.
Okay.
Like, sure, if I'm playing a video game, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go investigate. But, like, if it was me, for reals, nah.
2 on 1.
I don't know if there's only one. And what kind of infected is it? Yep, there's 2.
I feel like this is very clearly a tutorial into
Yeah.
how to.
This is how you sneak. This is how you throw a bottle as a distraction.
Yeah.
Damn, okay, yep. Stabbity stab, stab, stab. What about the other one?
Do I have to shoot you in the face?
Not today.
Nice.
Do I have to shoot you in the face?
Oh my
And yeah, she doesn't know.
You gotta check out the employees.
Just fuck.
Of course.
Ow.
But there's
Nothing's broken. I don't think.
What is that?
at least one more.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, it's like,
That's not good.
did you land on it?
Stay put.
Yeah.
Ellie? Stay put.
Yeah.
She's a fucking dog. Sit. Stay.
I know what you're thinking. Just
Stay. She's not gonna stay. Best and worst dressed. All kinds of stuff that makes absolutely no sense now. Oh.
oh dear. Oh dear.
I think that's a stalker. Yeah.
Right.
Because they are not as noisy. Because they stalk you.
Exactly.
Quietly.
Yeah, the stealthy kind.
I think those are actually some of my least favorite. Because, like, they'll, again, yeah, sneak up on you.
But I feel like didn't they add like a new kind to the second game?
Maybe you don't encounter the stalkers in the first game. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've played the games.
Oh god.
It's like crawling around on all fours. Like it's a fucking monkey. I know that doesn't make it any better for you at all.
No.
Okay. Sure as fuck making a sound now.
Run at me!
What kind of weapon is it a shotgun? That's why she wants it to come closer. You sneaky little. Oh, the makeup is so damn good. Oh yeah, and they're doing it's that instead of the spores. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the tendrils.
Yeah, tendrils.
Oh no. Oh no. And no one has one.
Oh, shit. Okay, but yeah. It was a shotgun, but now you lost it. Is she biting her?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck that. You can't show that to anyone besides Joel.
That was it? Just her?
Just?
I'm not saying it could do math or anything, but it didn't run at me. It did what we do.
Oh, so that's a council.
Planned, waited, lured me in. Stalking.
Yeah, so it is like a
Stalker. Okay. Yeah. So it isn't a new kind of infected.
And you're telling me what, if it were you and Joel, you wouldn't have gone in?
Well, that ain't the same.
Why?
Because it's different.
How?
The way Ellie stood up.
Maybe the smart one was a one-off.
Maybe.
Oh, what about the other 6 that brought down the grizzly?
Yeah, well, 6 ain't good, but it's not exactly a horde.
Not yet.
I like that we are spending some time here learning about the community, how it all works, what they're dealing with. What are we doing?
Changing the shape of her scar so it doesn't look like teeth.
I guess. It's not the most sanitary thing. Like now she's just risking infection instead. Like a different kind of infection. The normal kind. Barbecue. Oh.
Ellie.
Don't get mad at her. Don't get mad at her.
Just come to see if you were going to that thing tonight.
Oh, yeah, the
Be
thing.
good to show your face.
I don't know. Yeah.
You been playing much?
Enough, yeah.
Enough.
Strings are shot.
Oh,
I'll put some new ones on for you.
well, you don't have to do that.
We'll get it back tomorrow.
It's a dad thing. What can I fix?
Yeah, exactly.
That thing.
The New Year's Eve.
Yeah. It's just
Dance.
that is very looks very much like in the games. Pretty 1-to-1.
She's putting on quite the show.
Oh wait, the guy who was playing the ukulele. There's like the guy who's actually doing the
Ukulele.
the guitar. So I don't know the difference.
Okay, yeah.
The freaking
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stringy.
thing. I think he might be the one who's actually doing the score. But I'm not quite sure.
Hey, don't forget, you got early patrol, so get some rest.
Sir, yes, sir.
I love Dina.
Yeah.
Well, so like me and everyone else. Right?
Every guy in this room is staring at you right now. Maybe they're staring at you. They're not.
Only because they're jealous.
Yeah, exactly.
Jealous of you.
Right.
No reason to be. I'm not a threat. Oh, Ellie. I think they should be terrified of you.
Hey,
I know.
it's a family event.
What the fuck does that mean? So no kissing?
In a church. Yikes.
What did you just say?
Oh, that's. Whoa! Jesus!
Get the hell out of here.
Joel.
Are you okay?
What is wrong with you? I don't need your fucking help.
He's really trying. Just not doing a good job of it. You need to talk. Damn. It's very different vibe, like between. Oh shit. Oh
It's
shit.
so
I was actually
high.
thinking about that earlier, like when they opened up the pipe and you saw all that, it was like, what if some sort of infection gets through?
Yeah, you should
Or
burn that
infected
shit.
gets through, yeah. No. Well, those aren't infected.
No.
Here's
That
Abby.
was-
What? Okay, that was the first episode. They are taking it slow.
Catherine O'Hara, that's her name.
Catherine O'Hara, yes. Okay, I was actually about to say that, but I was like, is it O'Hara? Is that Catherine O'Hara? Yeah. I'm pretty sure she's a new character. Like that she's not in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
remember Joel being in therapy at all. And I don't necessarily remember something about a Eugene, but although like it, as I said, it rings a bell that he might have done something to someone. Ooh, yeah, we'll see. But I think it was a pretty solid first episode. It's very much to like establish
Sure.
what's going on now. They're still living in Jackson. It's 5 years later. Things between Joel and Ellie, not good. But like, even if you haven't played the games, it's I think it's fairly obvious what is wrong between them and why Joel can't say anything. It's because of what happened at the end there in the first season, in the first game, part 1.
Well, they actually started by showing us.
Yeah.
By saying, well,
the last thing.
you're not lying to me right now,
Yeah.
right? And he was like, yeah, no, I'm not lying. And I was like, well.
Yeah, and she was like, okay. So one can surmise already that she in that time there between then and now somehow found out, or she doesn't, whether she knows it to be true or not, she doesn't trust Joel and what he says, and that, like, she's angry at him because of that. I think that's fairly
yeah, but also there's definitely more to it, right? Because he's constantly looking out for her, and she's always like, and of course this is normal 19-year-old stuff,
teenage behavior.
It's normal that we go through this huge, especially their last teenager. It gets
semi-rebellious phase.
Yeah, but like this autonomous, you want to do things by yourself. It's like a normal part of human development. That
you want to be your own person. Yeah,
that's where we want to go. That's what, like, it's natural that we separate from the parents at some point. Because I guess that was, I don't know how to explain it from an evolutionary standpoint, because
no, it's just that it's fairly normal that you want to break off like your parents and you want your own life. And she moved into the garage, so it's kind of her own place, but still like a part of Joel's house there. I don't think that was the case in the game, but yeah.
So him being constantly over her at this point in her life, while also having some sort of mistrust, then she just wants to, like, she can take care of herself, and she doesn't need him to constantly go save her from everything. And well, of course we get it from her point. We also get it from Joel's point, because Joel is like, he already lost one, right? That was the whole first season. That was what that was about. It was Joel finding out,
losing a daughter, and then actually
not wanting to lose
gaining a daughter and doesn't want to lose her, and that's why he did what he did at the end. Like, no matter how horrible that was, and like, even if you ask, I saw an interview with Neil Druckmann not that long ago where, like, he was, okay, if it came down to it, would I do what Ellie did if it was
Ellie did?
Oh, sorry. Would I do what Joel did if it was my daughter, if it was my kid in there? Yes, I would. Doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just like it's just fucking complicated.
It is, and we can't. It's very seldomly that we can actually say that we've been in the same position.
And
I
hope not a lot of people have.
We had a whole discussion about this.
When
we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole and say, was he actually right
or wrong? Yeah. People will always argue about that, it seems.
I don't know. It makes us feel these feelings. That's why it is made the way it is. It's to make us feel all these feelings.
It challenges us on purpose.
Yes.
Being like, okay, what would you do in this situation? And then the character does something that's like, that's not what I would do, or is it? But it still makes sense, and like, that's good writing to me, at least. And I still hold to it that the second game, part 2, very, very good story, very well written. I just think it's the way it was presented that was off-putting to some people, and we can get into that in a sec. But just keeping to the episode here, we also we meet Dina, who's seems like everybody likes Dina in one way or another. Like, she's very charming and smiling and coming up with these stupid little puns. Then we meet Jesse. Jesse and Dina used to be together, but they're on and off, not really. And then we get the kiss there at the end, and we see, and even in these crazy times, there are still people who for some fucking reason are like, oh, don't do that. That makes me uncomfortable. Two women kissing.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, especially in the US, there's like this whole thing with PDA. Isn't that what it's called, PDA? Personal, like, a show of affection. Like, it's like,
yeah, sure.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. But it's like where you don't really show that much affection to another person in public.
I don't. It's a New Year's party, and I get it. They're kids, but that's not like the worst thing they could see, and like surrounded by fucking death and monsters. But like,
I get it, but at the point where it's like he's like dykes. That's how you know he's a bigot.
Yeah, that's how you know
that's why he said what he said, because it's like. But if it was just like this is a family event, stop fucking.
Yeah, don't
put each other's swallow each other's tongues or whatever. But
don't go too far with it. Like just remember this is a family event.
But it was
leave it at that.
As soon as he said dykes, we know exactly who this guy is.
Yeah, and why he even approached them in the first place. It wasn't because he was like, oh, that was just an excuse with the family event and kids and all. Like it was because he didn't like to see that.
Or maybe he did, but he doesn't like. He's not.
Okay, let's not get too much into that. I just wanted to quickly mention those people are still there, but Joel came in, pushed him, and that's he went too far, but he just wants to help. And there's the whole like if we say again that like the reason like the big rift between Ellie and Joel is because Ellie somehow found out or at least suspects that. Joel wasn't being honest with her about saving her, or at least like that's not even what he said that he did. It was just like, what was his excuse even? That they got attacked and he had to take her out of there, but they did a lot of testing, and even though she's immune, they can't create a cure from it. So it's like, it's a moot point anyway. Let's just get the hell out of here. But he keeps on trying to save her from. Whatever. Stuff
life basically
and that just infuriates her even more because like you're still doing it, stop doing it, like you're trying to control my life, you're trying to dictate what's best for me, and like that it's a typical parent teenager or like young adult thing for sure, but there's also this like what happened, which is a quite serious thing where Ellie could have maybe saved the human race, or at least contributed to that by dying. And in the end, but that's at least what we still hold to. Like that should have been her choice, not Joel's. She didn't really get the choice from anyone. Like both the Fireflies and Joel effed that whole thing up. So it's understandable where they are right now. It's sad to see because we love it when Joel and Ellie are getting along and they're on adventures together, and there's a lot of tension, but it's also like entertaining. Like we like that atmosphere, that vibe between them, but we don't get that here at all because things aren't good.
Yeah, and I just wanted to put in there, in the games there are, I think it's like audio tapes or something or written logs that actually tells us that this the Firefly doctor actually found, I think it was 12 other subjects that were immune, all died from their experiments to find a cure. So we don't know.
We don't even know if it would have been, they would have been successful.
Probably not, because they were not successful the first 12 times around. So maybe
not. It's like
and we don't really know if Joel actually read these. We as the audience, as Joel read it in
the game. If you come across it, I don't remember that.
No, it's like it's in the hospital, and if let's say Joel read these, then of course he would be like, well, this is as you say, it's a moot point. So maybe he's not completely wrong. But at least I
don't think that's necessarily part of the story here. It's more as
just wanted to put it out there. That's
because otherwise someone is most likely going to mention it in the comments as per usual. We also at the very beginning meet Abby and some other Fireflies, and they are very clearly talking about finding and killing Joel
Yeah.
slowly.
Maybe I don't know if this is too much spoiler.
I just wanted to mention it, and then we're gonna jump into the stuff.
Right.
So just keeping to that, we met a character named Abby here, who definitely
we
wants
obviously know her.
Yes, we know her, and
From the games.
Yes, and she wants to
Spoiler.
kill Joel. We saw it at the beginning, and then we saw at the very end her arriving, sort of close to Jackson.
Right.
So, what the fuck is gonna happen there? We're gonna find out.
Spoiler territory.
Now we're gonna jump into spoilers. If you haven't played the second game at all, turn it off right now because we're gonna spoil the heck out of the story, or at least some of the stuff here, because we're gonna make some comparisons. Last warning: 3, 2, 1. So they didn't do the big thing in the first episode.
No.
I was very curious
No.
about whether or not they were going to. This is the last time I say it. Big spoiler. I was very curious to see whether they were going to kill Joel in the first episode or not, because it happens pretty early on in the game. But they spent some more time establishing Jackson and what's going on, and even going out on a little patrol with Ellie and Dina. I'm not sure if you do that in the game or not to begin with. Like I remember it happening like pretty early on.
Yeah, I don't even think that we get this whole, like, we saw them in Seattle. No, not Seattle. Where were they?
I think it might have been Seattle. Yeah.
At least
sure. Maybe not.
where the whole thing went down in
Chicago.
season 1, Chicago maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
In the Firefly thing.
The hospital. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not even sure we got that point.
No.
Her introduced.
No.
Because
We
we obviously, like, and I think perhaps it was it was intentional that they put it there just to kind of like, here is a person with these intentions. This is what's gonna happen. Just very quickly off, like, this is what, and we see this them. So there's definitely also like sub, what's it called? Like, they're telling us stories without telling us, so like showing us.
Well, in the
we see these graves. So obviously they're very sad about something. They're talking about the Fireflies. There are no more Fireflies. So if you haven't haven't played the games, you will know that these were the Fireflies that were killed at the hospital, and that Abby is definitely, she's angry about one of them dying. So if you don't know, like, you still, like, you know that something happened to, like, yeah, and then this whole path of revenge is because the first season is centered around Joel and
Ellie
and what is love and, like, family and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Loss,
but
all
also
and the second one is revenge. It's all about revenge.
Loss and revenge.
And grief.
In particular, grief. How do you deal with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, it's always like, also with, like, humanity, how people are different. And again, this show is called The Last of Us. It means it's about humans and how we humans behave differently. And even in these, like, even if we're The Last of Us, we're still just fucking humans in the end, right? So this is going to be interesting in terms of how people are going to react to all of it. That don't know.
I think, like, it's already different because they already introduced us to Abby being like, okay, she is coming to kill Joel. We didn't know that when we met her in the game for the first time. They just arrived, and it was like, okay, who's this? What's going on? Why am I playing as this person all of a sudden? Because, like, you're going through the snow and trying to survive, and then Joel and Tommy comes in and actually saves you. But then they're in that cabin, and it's like, okay, something is definitely off. And then, shit goes down, and the big horrible thing happens. But, like, I'm curious to see, like, how much more they're going to show us or tell us about Abby before she kills Joel. Because, like, if they tell the audience about, like, why she wants to kill Joel, because Joel killed her dad, who was the doctor who was about to operate on Ellie. So again, it's like, loss, losing someone close to you. How do you deal with that? And Do you want revenge?
But the thing is, the way that you play it in the games, like there's a reason why it's like the structure is the way it is. It's basically turned on its head. And like that's a reason, and I know a lot of people got super mad about it, and like they're like that's why they got mad, because, or at least like if you actually gave Abby a chance, you would start to know who she is, and like because that's her story. Like we see this monster, and then we warm up as like when we get to play her. It's so uncomfortable,
but
right?
The problem is that we play for the first like 40-50% of the game as Ellie, still thinking that Abby is this horrible monster who just killed Joel, and then later on she fucking shoots Jesse and Tommy, and it's just like, what's going, like, fuck this person. And then you play as her, and you go back in time, and you play through like that whole...
But it's like it's supposed to
and
be
it's
this
supposed
way because
to challenge you.
Yeah, because you have to feel so insanely uncomfortable playing as this person who just we saw all these evil things that she did, and I'm putting it in quotation marks because like again, what is actually like because her story is also telling us why she is the way that she, like what happened, why she did it. And like laying out a whole person and understanding like her motives, understanding everything, getting to warm up to her. Some people might even fall in love with her, you know. And
but the challenging thing is that they did all of that after, you know, her like experiencing like her horrible actions from Ellie's point of view, and like after all of that, then they start, you know, explaining things to us, and we start to understand the character slowly as we play as her. Whereas what I think they're going to do here in this series, what they might be playing around with, is giving us some of that context before she does those things, so that we already know her. We already know why she's doing it before she does it. Again, whereas in the game, we don't know that. And it's something that we have to figure out way later, if you're even willing to do that as the player, because you're so angry at her.
Yes, and I think that's also why this doesn't translate or adapt well if you just don't do it like directly. Because you can't play her. You don't have that same sort of like because it feels like when you play it yourself, it's like you're in it, you are doing this, you are this person, right? And you can't really do that in the same way when it's a movie or a TV series or whatever. So they have to show at least some of the context, as you say, so show it beforehand to not completely lose audience, and also to kind of
like they could do it in the same way. They could do like the first half of the, like they're actually dividing the game up into 2 seasons. So they could do like season 2, that's like all the events from Ellie's point of view. And then the next season, we see it all again, but from Abby's point of view, which is kind of what they did in the game. But it won't work. Like it wouldn't work if they did it like that, I think, for the series. So that's why instead of going like, okay, we have Ellie's story, we have Abby's story, they're running in parallel. In the games, you do first you do Ellie's and then you do Abby's, but here they're gonna do like this instead, so that you get the entire story with both of them. And I think that is the smarter choice.
Yes.
For sure.
And then there's also like a lot of people critiqued Joel's choices in the second game. And I think they're already in the start of, like in this episode, they're already laying out some of those.
Oh yeah, with the refugees.
Because they were like, Joel would never take these people in. That he would never fall for that. He would never.
Yeah. He would never say his name out loud. Yada yada.
Yeah, but when now we actually we are already introduced to some of these. I know it's very subtle, so it doesn't hit you over the head. But that's a whole thing with like this season, and also the games as well. Is like it doesn't slam things into you, like it you have to.
It doesn't spell it out for you.
No,
You have to get
pick
there
shit
yourself.
up yourself.
Yeah.
You have to think for yourself, and that's also why I think a lot of people got mad because they don't have the ability to.
That's not.
No, but
if you didn't like the game, it's not that we're saying that you can't think by yourself.
I mean, sometimes people get so blinded by their emotions that they sometimes don't understand, like
they don't want to understand.
Or want to understand, like what is the actual story? What are the creators trying to tell you? What is the story they're telling you? And I feel a lot of people's critiques about the second game was unnecessary. Like it was basically only founded in rage and emotions and everything without actually understanding what this story is about and why it was structured the way it was. All these things we talked about at length. So you can, if you wanna, you can just
go back and watch us play the game, listen to us talk about it. Yeah.
So one of the critique points, and again, this is fine if you don't agree, it's fine. But like, one of the critique points was like Joel was so closed off all the time, but we already get introduced to like some of his, like, because he says your council, and then she corrects and say our council.
Yeah.
So he's still not willing to give into the community. He's not willing to say that.
Doesn't see himself 100% part of the community. Yeah.
Because he never wanted to, and then I understand. Of course, I understand. It's from he doesn't want to get hurt anymore. He doesn't want to get his hopes up. He doesn't want to.
Become too attached.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to. I don't think that's. I also think that there's like a whole like underlying thing of him not feeling like he deserves it.
Yeah. Big part of it, because he's done some horrible things. Like it's still something like we haven't seen a lot of it, but it like they've hinted at it heavily, both in the first season and in the games, that Joel has done some absolutely horrible things to people who definitely did not deserve it. To survive, sure, but yeah.
And then we get introduced to like he still have some of those thoughts. But then I think that's also what's gonna like it's gonna affect him, like those that she said, like
you are also a refugee.
Exactly,
example.
all of this, like it's gonna resound. Is that called? It's gonna be in his mind, and then when he suddenly meets these new people that he doesn't know. That's why he actually is not necessarily so hesitant to bring them in, because he's actually trying to get better.
Yeah, he's going to be like, no, wait, I have to do the right thing here. These are also refugees. I was a refugee once. We just talked about this. Screw it. I'm going to be nice. I'm Joel. Welcome. And that's when they're like, oh. So yeah, that could make a good observation. So like when we do get to that point, it will hopefully make more sense to some people than what it did in the games. In the game, yeah, for sure. So, and there's a lot more we could get into. We're gonna return to like this little spoiler talk thingy towards I'm sure during each reaction when we compare it to the game and all. Again, I think it was a pretty solid first episode. Nothing that makes you go like, oh, holy shit, but it's coming. That is coming. Now we're just getting back into the world and reintroducing us to the characters and showing us time has passed.
Nice casting. Like you can definitely, we could say like, except we didn't necessarily remember the names, but we could say like, this is that character, this is
even in the beginning with Abby, and we're like, oh, is that Owen?
And that's so we can see like definitely also who becomes Owen's, like the pregnant one, Owen's new.
Sorry, I don't remember her name.
It doesn't matter, but her, and like so we could definitely see like from the castings. We can see, okay, who are these characters we're gonna...
Yeah, I think one of them is named Manny as well. Yeah.
We're gonna see them. And
we're gonna get to know them.
It's gonna be interesting. And I'm also gonna be very interested in seeing who they cast as Lev.
They even mentioned Isaac, which I know... do you remember Isaac from the second game? It's the guy who's running, like he's in charge of... the what they call like their whole organization there, the Wolves.
Yeah, WWF or something?
Yeah, exactly. Like he's in charge of them, and he's voiced by names. The guy who played Bernard in Westworld. But he's also playing that character in this, like, so he's one of the few actors who actually gets to reprise his role. Same as what was her name? Marlene? No, in the first season.
Yeah.
Was it Marlene? Yeah. So that.
The Firefly.
Yeah. So that's. Oh my God! So he's the one who's like reprising the role that he played in the game in this season.
I'm really interested to see who they get to play as Lev. I would love for it to be.
If we're even going to meet Lev in this season.
I don't know. Just when it comes to the casting of Lev, I don't care if it's this or the other or whatever.
So
I'm just
Seraphites. Is that what they're called?
Seraphite, yeah. But I know it's probably not gonna be. Is it called? I think Ian Alexander. I think it's the person that the voice actor of Lev.
Oh,
I don't know. It would be a fine if I think perhaps they're a bit too old to portray.
Perhaps.
It doesn't matter.
We'll,
it doesn't
we'll
matter.
see
It's going to be interesting. I'm
yeah.
just very interested to see like diversity wise and stuff like that. Oh, I said it. Okay.
You said the big D word. Oh, DEI. Whoa. Ah, yes. Okay. And that'll do it for the spoiler talk. Now, just a quick outro. Are we still doing Danish Word of the Day?
Oh, sure.
Oh, sure. All right. And in case you don't know what Danish Word of the Day is, it's something that we started to do a while back, at least, where we end the video by translating a word from what we've been watching, English to Danish, hence Danish Word of the Day. And we've already done so many of these, so it's kind of difficult to come up with something new all the time. but one that we haven't done, I'm pretty sure, is patrol. When you go out on patrol, which they did here, Ellie and Dina and Kat as well, the other one. Patrol in Danish is
Patrulje.
Patrulje. So kind of close. Patrol, patrulje. I'm sure there's going to be more patrols in this series. Especially for a place like Jackson, it makes a lot of sense to go out on patrol and be like, are we going to get attacked by a horde of infected or not? And like,
was that a part? I'm sorry, was it about a game?
No, I think that is something new they're doing here to spice it up a little bit and throw in some more in infected, because the whole thing with they cracked it open, I can't even find the words anymore.
It was some sort of tube.
Some sort of tube, yes. And there were just like what looked like branches in there and something they have to clean out. And then we saw moving in the tendrils and and they keep talking about like the potential of like there being a horde of infected out there. So maybe we're gonna see the Jackson like really get tested. See if those walls, fences, they call them fences, but a bit more like walls, see if they're gonna hold or not. And that'll do it for this reaction and review of The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 1. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for, if you've watched it all the way through here, through like both the reaction and our long-ass discussion, then thank you for that as well. And we will see you as soon as possible. I still not quite sure about the schedule with these, but
it'll be out when it'll be out.
Yes, we'll get them out when we can get them out, and we'll watch them when we can watch them, because it's a little bit difficult fitting it all in and with the schedule and yada yada, and trying to revive the channel and catching up on 1,000 different things, and so much to do. We'll hopefully get to it. But thanks again. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.